What's up, everyone? This is KhUnlimited. Welcome to episode 36 of Spill the Tearal, my JRPG podcast. And as you can tell, if you're probably watching this, or probably from the audio service too, because the title will be different, but this is another special episode. I'm not able to record today, which I believe you guys are going to be getting this on October 9th. For me, it is much earlier because I cannot record on that day. And so I thought I'd do a special episode. And so this week, we're going to be doing another tier maker list. I've done a few episodes of tier lists, and they've been pretty fun to do. They have done well, at least on YouTube. And so I want to do another one. This one, I thought I would just go all out and do a crazy one, which would take so long, and so I'll show it on the screen right now. But pretty much we're going to be doing a tier list of every single Trails of Cold Steel character, which is a lot, if you could see on the screen. And for the audio listeners, don't worry, as I will play, I will kind of tell you where everything is. But I will say the video version will be a lot more better for this because I don't know the names of every character, and so like sometimes I will just say like how they look. Like for some characters, like I know, but I won't know the name at the top of my head. I'm not gonna fucking Google the name. And Tier Maker for some fucking reason doesn't let you just see the name. Like it really should just tell you when you go over it, but it doesn't. And so yeah, unfortunately, if you're an audio listener, it's gonna be a bit more confusing, especially because there's so many characters. Yeah, for the audio listeners, I think there's like at least 100 characters here based on. I think the description says 100 characters too. Yeah, it says it right here. And so it's a lot of characters. We're going to be ranking all of them. I don't know how long it's going to take. Hopefully not too long, but we'll see how it goes. Now, in terms of ranking them, it's going to be hard because you kind of have to have some criteria. So if you saw any of my other tier lists, pretty much the way I rank them is based on my vibe of when I played it. For example, when I ranked all the Trails games, the way I rank it is how did I feel when I was playing it? Did I feel like it was good? Did I like it? Etc. That's how I rank games. I don't do it based on objectivity like the music is like an 8 out of 10 and the visuals like a 9 out of 10. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Is how did I feel when I played them? Now this is completely different. We're ranking characters, and there's a lot of ways you can do it. You can do it based on like combat power. If you're trying to do that, you could do it based on like ability, blah blah blah. But a lot of these are villains too. So honestly, I think what I'm gonna have to do, and this is no like clear soft line, but it's pretty much just gonna have to be based off of like how do I feel about them? Like yeah, do I fucking like them? I'll put them up, put it down, like whatever. Like it's gonna have to be like a rough ass scale. I don't know how hard it's gonna be to actually compare characters, directly, but we'll see how it is. And before we start, the description does mention that this has every character from Trails of Cold Steel 1 to 4. Well, I don't know about every character, it just says 100 characters, but it has from Trails of Cold Steel 1 to 4, Trails into Reverie, and also Trails of Cold Steel Northern War, which is the anime/mobile game. So those characters I don't fucking know because I didn't like the mobile game and I never watched anime, so those are going to go directly to the IDK section probably. So the sections I have are SS, A, B, C, D, and IDK, as in I don't know. So yeah, I think we're just gonna start the damn thing. And so we have all these characters. I hate how small they are. Hopefully I can remember them. Maybe I should start with easy ones. Honestly, I love Reen. So if I could, Reen's right here. I think I might just straight up put him in SS. So let me just like scroll for now. Like I really like Reen. I think he's a really good character. And so I'm just going to put him in SS for now. I'll see as we go on. Another SS character I fucking love is Oliver. Oliver is one of my favorite characters in fiction probably. He's just a dumbass prince/musician. I think he's just like every time he's on screen I'm like we're in good hands. I like this dude. So Oliver will be SS too. Ooh, there's so many characters. I'm just gonna Mick Byrne, I'll just pick him. He is a villain. He's cool. He's like a bad guy, but like at the same time like he doesn't like truly seem evil, honestly. He's like this demon dude, and so I really like him as a villain. So I'm gonna put him in S for now. Again, as I go, these things will adjust because there's so many characters. I also don't want to waste too much time just like effing around and taking too long to put every character in, so that's why I'm kind of it might feel like I'm rushing through it. We have that character. Let's see. I just noticed we have some of the Divine Knights here too. I don't know why we have some. Like why not all of them? We even also have this, which I don't know why. If you don't know what this is like in Trails into Reverie because Valimar is no longer a thing. This is I think it's called the Tierfing. It's like a robot, a soldat that Reen could control. Like I can see why the Divine Knights would be considered characters, but I don't fucking know why Tierfing is a character. It's not a character, it's a fucking robot. And so that's a character for some reason. But you know what? Of the Divine Knights, I don't know all of them. Like some of them, like I don't even know who there are. But like Valimar, he's a homie. I really like him, so I'm gonna put him in S tier for now. Ordine is like I really like Ordine too. I think this is Ordine. It's blue. Hopefully that's Ordine. I will put Ordine. Oops, I scrolled by accident. I'll put Ordine up there too. Again, let me just put an A because I don't like him as much as Valimar. But like the type, especially in Trails into Reverie, the type of conversations you hear between Crow and Ordine is very fucking funny. Like they seem like bros, which you wouldn't expect because the first time we see Ordine is in Trails of Cold Steel, and like it's as a villain when we find out Crow's the bad guy, and so just seeing them more chill and Reverie and seeing them kind of like bros. I'm like, that's a funny relationship because me and Valimar, we're close, but we're more like formal. We're like Ordine and Crow are just like, yo, what's going on? So I really like that relationship. So I'll put Ordine in A for now. Speaking of Ordine, Crow, he's my favorite character in the entirety of the series, so I'll put him at a double F. I just fucking love Crow. And the funny thing is, Crow is on this list again, which is here, which I believe he went by a different name when he was in this mode. I'm not sure what it was when he was a bad guy. But this is when he was a bad guy the second time. He originally he was C. Then I believe in this. I don't think he was called C again. I think it was something else. So I honestly don't know how to rank this. Like, it's still Crow, but if I had to just rank him as a villain, like, I'll just put him at A for now. I did like him. Like, his design is fucking like, if you it's a very small picture, but if you look at the design, it's fucking fantastic. It's probably one of my favorite designs. That villain design is very cool. And I really like the distinction that whenever he was a bad guy, he uses dual pistols. When he was a good guy, he uses his I don't know what it's called, like not a halberd, it's like this fucking twin spike spear type weapon mostly. He uses both weapons as a good guy too, but like I thought it was funny about whenever he's a bad guy, he was like purely the guns, and as a good guy, he's purely the spear. That's kind of like why you didn't know he was a bad guy at first. So that's cool. Okay, let's do Ishmael Gareen. That is the villain of Trails into Reverie. How do I? It's fucking baller that it's Reen. Let me just scroll up right now. It's baller that it's Reen. I don't know, like. My only negative of Ishmael Gareen is like he felt very backloaded, as in like is like you started seeing him near the end of the game. I think you saw him mid game once and then at the end of the game. So like if they could have had him from the start of the game and then developed him throughout, that'd be cool. But it's more back in it. So I'm gonna put him. I think he's A, B, up A or B tier. I'll put him in A tier for now. We'll see. Things might adjust. Clearly, as you can see, I love the Trails characters, so none of them are in the lower tiers. There will be some there soon. You'll see. Let's get Schmidt. He's the fucking Epstein's disciple. He's one of them. I don't. Okay. Now, so I'm basing these guys off of likability. Schmidt is a good dude. He's on our side. He has helped the bad guys, but he is kind of an asshole. But he's not a bad person. So like. Honestly, B or C tier, probably, just in terms of likability. If it was likability, it'd be like fucking D, honestly. But like he still has some likability to him. So it's probably B or C. I'm gonna put him C for now because I feel like I need to kind of widen the range to more easily put people up. Again, I don't really hate him. It's just like compared to these, like Crow, I love like 10 million times more than Schmidt. So that's how it is. I'm noticing some Northern War characters, so I'm just gonna put them in I don't know as I see them. So I see this dude, I don't know, I'm assuming that's Northern War because the anime, I believe that's the main girl. I'll put her there too. So they'll be there for now. If I see more Northern War characters, I'll probably drag them in the IDK tier also. I'm noticing some new Class 7 characters. We got Kurt and Yuna. So Yuna, the thing is, I like new Class 7. I didn't get as close to them as I would have liked compared to the old Class 7, which is weird because you technically do get the same amount of times with them because you get Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 with old Class 7, then 3 and 4 with new Class 7, but technically you still get to hang out with old Class 7 in Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4, so you get more development. But I always found the the OG Class 7 a bit more likable. Yuna I liked. I didn't like how she started. She was kind of like a bitch, honestly. Like, she was kind of like an asshole to Reen and stuff, and so it took a while for her to be warmed up, and she had kind of like this rivalry with Kurt too. Like, both of them were assholes at the start, Kurt and Yuna. So I think I'm gonna put her in B tier. I don't think she's in A tier, but like, she is still pretty good. Kurt, I think also B tier. I do like his story. Both Kurt and Yuna, I like their story. I like their families, the way they met Reen, like how Kurt loves fucking sword fighting, the way he puts importance into it, like Laura and Reen, I think is pretty cool. But I think I'm gonna put them in B tier for now. Okay, I'm seeing more Class 7 members, OG Class 7 members. I'm seeing Laura. Laura is dope. I think she might be A tier. I think she was one of the people when I was playing Trails of Cold Steel. She was always in my party. I love how she fought. I love that Reen had a classmate where he can kind of talk to about sword fighting. I thought that was pretty cool, and so that's just something I liked about Laura. And it's just really nice having, like, she's just strong as fuck. Whenever she's in the story, I'm like, we're good. She's hella strong. Her dad is fucking OP too, and so that was dope. And so, you know what, I see her dad right now, so I'll get the dad. The dad I like a lot. I'm just gonna put it in B tier because I just naturally, you just don't know them as much as the other characters. Like, the dad has been in the game here and there, but like, I can't, like, in good faith put him with like Crow or someone because I just don't know him as well. But I like the as I'm saying this, I kind of want to put him in A tier because every time the dad was there, it's so nice. Because there are some characters in the Trail series which are just like objectively good dudes. Like, he is one of them. Like, he is just good. He always looking out for everyone. He's really fucking nice. So I might actually put him in A tier, honestly, because of that. Let's see. There's so much more characters left. Oh my lord. Let's get Sharon. She is what's her name? Alisa's maid. She's part of Ouroboros, so she was bad sometimes. She is good. Honestly, like, she's good. I don't think she's like spectacular or like shit or anything, but like she's dope. But I'm honestly considering putting her up because of her backstory. Her backstory with Elisa's dad, Franz, and that's kind of why she's bad and things like that is cool. But I think I might put her B tier because, again, there's a rough scale I'm using to rank these guys in terms of likability. I do like the A tier characters more than her. Again, I don't hate her or anything. She's dope. It's just like she's like, whether she's there or not, I really don't mind. So that's how it is with her. I'm seeing Elisa. Let's put her. I think she's A tier. She's a great character. I really liked her. She's clearly like the canon relationship person for Reen. They always kind of hint at that, and so she's important that way. I really love like her development where she like, I forgot that at the start of Trails of Cold Steel you don't even know she's a Reinford. Like she's hiding her last name, and then you find out who she is. And I just fucking love that every new game she's just like this boss lady who's like, she has control over company. She's like really the tech wizard. She's helping us with a lot of stuff, and she's just stupidly smart. I just think she's fucking dope like that. But she still fights and all that. She's usually the support in battles, which is very useful with her bow and arrow. Her weapon is cool too. Now that I think about her weapon, I don't think you've seen anyone else with her weapon. Like you'll see people with orbital staves and orbital guns and swords and spears. I don't think there's been another character with a bow and arrow, I believe. I think she's the only character that's used that, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to put her A tier for pretty much all of that. I think overall, she is a pretty interesting character. Seeing a lot more OG Class 7 characters. We have Elliot. Elliot, I think, is really good. I think he's A tier too. He's just a very nice character. I remember when you start Cold Steel, it's Elliot and Gaius who are kind of like the homies you start with. So it's really fun to have in there. I kind of like how like three-dimensional the characters are. Like it's not like he's just kind of like the soft guy. It's not like he's just this magic support guy. He's a really nice guy. He's a good friend. He's the son of like a military man, so there's this kind of like complex of him thinking he needs to be more manly or something like that. You could tell like he thinks of himself kind of inferior in that way. You kind of see that he's really into music, and it's very fucking cool to see that in the future games he did decide to go pursue music even though he was in a military school. He is now just a traveling musician, which is really dope. And so just the entire character of Elliot I think is cool. And the more I think about it, I feel like A is gonna be so stacked, so I'm gonna need to like split some of these guys up, but we'll see. There's 100 characters. Every tier is gonna be stacked probably, so that's where we are at right now. Let's see. Okay, I'm seeing more characters from the Thor's branch campus, which is like the campus from Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4. Honestly, a lot of these characters are gonna be pretty low tiered because I don't dislike them, but I don't really like them that much. Like we have this guy, I think his name was Pablo, I'm not sure. I think he might be the train guy. Maybe there's like one guy who's interested in trains, and that's like all I remember about him. I'm sure if I played Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4 right now, like I would remember more about him. But again, they're fine, they're serviceable. But I did think overall the NPCs in the branch campus of Thor's was weaker than the main campus, which is wild because the branch campus had a lot less characters. But for some reason, it just felt like the game was trying too hard for us to kind of like them. Where in Thor's, the main campus in Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2, everyone just felt like an NPC, and over time you realize their importance, where in this one it felt like they were trying to make everyone very individual. And while it worked for some characters, it didn't for others. But yeah, like him, like I think it's him. I think he was just a train guy. And so yeah, nothing bad or good. Honestly, I'm just gonna put him in D tier. Again, I don't dislike him, but like even compared to Schmidt, like I like Schmidt is more important and likable than him. Or not even likable, just like he's a whatever character. Like you gotta remove him and like not much will change, I think. But yeah, I'll put him in D tier. But again, I don't dislike him. Let's see. We have Duvali. Let's get Duvali in this shit. I think she's a very interesting character where she's part of Ouroboros, but she has a very different vibe from everyone else in Ouroboros. Usually everyone we know from Ouroboros is like an enforcer or maybe an Anguis, and so there's like a certain vibe with them. She's not. She is a underling of a, I can't remember if Leon was an enforcer or an Anguis, one of them, but she's like an underling of them, and because Leon is dead, she's just kind of like roaming around, and so she helps us sometimes. She doesn't feel like she wants to help us. You can clearly tell she doesn't like us in a fake way, where like she does kind of like us, but she never admits it. And so very fun interactions with her. And so honestly, I really like her. Like I think she's like a really fun character. Her personality is just very different from anyone else in the series. So like she's actually very high up in my list. I'm gonna put her in A tier for now. But yeah, Duvali is very fun. Bro, I keep going down and looking at the characters, and I don't think it's getting less. Like it looks like the same amount of characters. It feels like I haven't ranked anyone yet. Like there's still at least like what I can't count, like 70 characters maybe. This is a fuck ton. We have Swin and Nadia. They are from Trails into Reverie. I still wonder, like, do they have their own game? Like I don't think think they do, because they reference quite a lot in Daybreak 2, like stuff that they've done, and like it feels like there's a game there that I haven't played. I know there's a book based on them, like a mini book you can kind of get through a collector's edition or something, which is cool. I think I read it digitally, but yeah, they're interesting characters. I don't know, like they're good, but again, it's just hard to rank when there's so many great characters. I think I might put both of them in B tier. Again, I don't think they're bad, but I don't think they're like fucking fantastic. I do appreciate that like they are different than I thought. Like I thought they would be kind of like these cold-blooded assassins, but they're both pretty nice. You have Nadia kind of being more like the matter of fact, where she's like, I don't really want to help you guys, but I guess I'll do it because I don't know what the relationship is, but she's like, Swin is here, so I'll do it. And Swin actually surprised me. I thought he would be the hard ass and be like, fuck you guys, I don't want to help, but he clearly shows that no, he's caring about people. He wants to help Nadia. He's very nice. He's empathetic, and that was very different from what I expected. I thought he would be kind of like how Joshua was when he was going through his emo era, but yeah, both of them were pretty interesting, and so yeah, I'll put them here. And I guess Lapis, I'll rank her too. Lapis is interesting. She's a doll, so that was very cool that she was a character. You kind of get these cool interactions between her and Rufus, and them kind of showing each other that like what it is to be a human, what it is to live, and things like that. Like it's very like philosophical, and it's very cool that a doll of all things was able to help Rufus kind of come to terms with that. And so I kind of like her character aspect there. Like honestly, I do see her more than Swin and Nadia, but again, I don't know if she's A tier. So while honestly I haven't been ordering these within the tiers, like I'm just putting them in the tiers. But from these three, I think she is B tier, but she is better than, I think she's better than Swin and Nadia. I think I might like her better than Sharon too, honestly. So I'll put her here. Yeah, right now. Like she is likable, she's funny, she's just a kid who's trying to explore the world. She loves eating and shit too, even though she's a doll, but it's really fun. You know what? I really want to rank this character. I believe this is this Patrick? Is this Patrick Yarms? I think it is. This dude with the sword, this royal guy. He's a funny as fuck character. In Trails of Cold 1 and 2, he's pretty much like the bully of the school. He's a noble. He calls you out all the time. He fucking sucks. But he always tries to challenge you, always beat his ass, and he's an asshole. But the funniest thing is, I think end of Cold Steel 2, you guys kind of make up it where like he kind of respects you because of like you being a part of the war. And I love that in Trails of Cold Steel 3, Reen is an adult now. He's going to school as his first job as a teacher, and who's accompanying him as one of his good friends is Patrick. They're like homies now. Patrick clearly is in love with Reen's sister too, which is funny. And so that kind of dynamic of like, Patrick used to be Reen's bully. They're kind of close now. Reen is very protective of his sister, and Patrick trying to get with his sister. It's like this very funny dynamic where Reen's like, bro, we're homies now, but fuck off. Don't touch my sister. So I really like Patrick. I don't know why. He's not a major character, but he's honestly like, I don't know why he's really high up for me. Like he's A or S tier. He's just funny as fuck. Whenever I see him, I just laugh. And so he's either, I'm gonna put him in S tier for fun. Right now, I don't know if he is S tier, but I'm gonna put him in S tier for fun, just to like shake things up. But like, he's one of those rare side characters where I'm like, he's just been a goof the entire time, and I really like him. So Patrick Yarms is an S tier. Honestly, one thing I gotta say, I'm surprised that every character I've ranked so far, I've known their names. It's pretty surprising. I'm usually bad with names. That's not gonna last. Obviously, I didn't know the names of the Northern War characters, so I don't know them. But like, I'm surprised that like I haven't forgotten any names yet. That is gonna happen soon, I'm sure. Let's rank Sarah, the teacher. She's dope. She starts as your teacher. She's clearly different from the start, where she kind of like almost kills all the students by dropping them into the dungeon, and you gotta fight out of your way. She's very weird, where she's like always fucking drunk. She doesn't really feel like a teacher. I love how that dynamic changes, where like, first of all, she's already close with one student, so there's a mystery with like why she knows Fee. You find out they're both Jaegers, but then there's a dynamic where like you pretty much are equal in the future games, where like you're all fighters. She's a bracer, she's with Fee. You guys are just warriors, and it's just like, and it's kind of nice to see that she always stays on top, where it's not like the characters now are like stronger than her. I think she's known as a Purple Lightning, I believe, and she's known as like being pretty top tier. She has a record of becoming like one of the fastest A rank bracers at a young age, and so she's pretty elite in that respect. I think she's an A tier. I think she just kind of deserves to be there. Like she earned that spot. I don't think she's like amazing or anything. I like her as a character, but again, like I just think she's a great character, but like nothing more, nothing less. Let us see. Okay, we have Leon. I guess my eyes just went on her, so I guess I can rank her. She's pretty much the boss of Duvali. She's hard because I barely remember stuff about her. Like, there's a legend of her from the village that Laura is from. She's dope. She's not really bad. Like, she's kind of good. It's dope that she is literally the person from history who fought with Emperor Drykles, I believe. And so her whole backstory is fucking insane. It's very cool how she's like related to that and the witches in some way. I think I can't even remember, but like, I'm just trying to see, because she is all that, but like, she's not like S tier in my eyes. Like she's a good character. Like I'm gonna say B tier. I don't think she's like a bad character, but like just personally, I'm like, it's hard to say like why she's A tier. I think she deserves to be maybe A tier based on like who she is and how important she is to the story. But again, this tier list is just like based on however I feel about them, and like I like her a lot, but like I feel like all these characters in the A tier I definitely like above her, and so that is where I'm going to be putting her. God, these characters are not listening. There's just so many. Let's get, I believe her name is Mint, I think. If I'm still getting the names right, that's fucking amazing. So Mint, she's likable. She's your classmate. She's Makarov's niece. I'm going to put her B tier. She's not bad. She's not good. I mean, she's good. She's nice. But like, nothing really stands out. I do like that she does have a bigger role in Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4, where she's literally at the branch campus as the engineer under Schmidt, which is very fucking cool. But yeah, I'm going to put her in B tier for now. Is Makarov? Okay, Makarov's here. Let me rank him. The funny thing about Makarov is he's a teacher in Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. He's kind of like this disheveled man. Clearly, there's some romance between him and another teacher you kind of get to start seeing. The thing that's kind of pushing him up for me is in Trails into Reverie, they actually have a daydream, which is in detail of how he does get married to that teacher, where like he has to kind of fight for the marriage. This is entire thing where the other teacher's about to get married off to another noble, and he has to kind of stop it and like kind of that entire thing. So I kind of have more respect for him when it comes to that. But honestly, like it's a B tier, like because like no matter how cool he could be, like he is a teacher of Trails of Cold Steel. He's just not like that important to the story. Like he's there, he does stuff, but at the end of the day, he will always be like a sidelined B tier character. I think because of all the stuff he's done, he's a B tier. I think it's something that I put him above Schmidt, even though Schmidt is a lot more important. But yeah, I think like because of what he's done, that's why he comes up to B tier. It's not like I'm taking him down to B tier or anything like that. I see the twins. What's her name? Is her name Lind or Vivi? I think those are the names, Lind and Vivi. I think she's Lind. I think this is one of the twins that becomes the doctor or the nurse at Thor's branch campus, and yeah, and I believe she's going to the school in Crossbell too. And so where does she go? I think like this is so hard because again, I don't dislike her. I don't think like she's like spectacular or anything. She's nice. I want to say she's B tier, but maybe like it should go down to C because I don't really care that much. But she is very nice. I'm gonna put her B tier. I like the hijinks between her and her sister. I believe the other sister's named Vivi, where they kind of like in Trails of Cold Steel 1, if you like talk to the NPCs, you'll for example, like I believe Lind was always in the art club and Vivi was always in the gardening club. But you'll notice sometimes that you'll talk to the one in the gardening club and you'll hear her say something that's out of character, and you'll go to the one in the art club and you'll hear her say something that's out of character, and you realize that they just switch places because they can. And I love that in Trails of Cold Steel 3, 4. I think even into Reverie, like they joke about sometimes like Vivi's like, hey, do you want to switch? Do you want to switch again? And then Lind's like, no, what the fuck is wrong with you? We're adults. So it's funny that they kind of still have the rapport. Actually, her sister's right here. I might as well just put her up there. Her sister works for like a newspaper now. I think she's like a journalist or some shit. And so I think they're both like fun characters. And like it's just one of those characters, again, they're side characters. They do become more important in Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4. They're like pretty much a side NPC students, but like they're fun, they have personality, they're likable, and like I do know them decently, and it's very cool to see them grow up. Like again, you see the type of clubs they're in, what they became, they have a lot of personality, and it's just very cool to see where they ended up. And so I'll put both of them in B tier for now. And let us see. I'm trying to get rid of this bottom row, bro. That's why it still looks like a lot. I'm trying to see how the fuck am I gonna rank the Divine Knights. I kind of want to put them in the I don't know tier category, but I feel like it's kind of a cop out because I just put that for the Northern War because I literally do not know them. Technically, I do know the Divine Knights because I don't see them as different characters. I know they have sentience, but like you never see them as different characters. So like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You know what I might do? This is a cop out. I might just put them with their wielder, or whatever the hell they're called. So I believe this is Leanne's. I'll just put this one with Leanne because I literally don't know the personality. So I'll just put it there. I still have no idea what the Tierfing. You know what? Tierfing's an I don't know. That's not a character. That's not. Tierfing does not have a personality. Valamar and shit, they do have personality. Tierfing's not. That's literally a fucking robot suit you go into. It doesn't talk. So Tierfing, this shouldn't be on the list, but I'm gonna put it here. Assuming it is that. I'm assuming it is the Tierfing. So I'll just put it there. Oh, we have her. Oh, what's her name? Principal Orielis, something like that. No, Principal Le Guin. Her first name is like Orielis or some shit. Principal Le Guin. Let's try to rank her. Honestly, I have massive respect for her because she's just known to be like one of the fucking strongest characters in the verse. Like she's just like strong. So like whenever there's a fight with her, it was awesome. And it's awesome that she actually has her own robot or like soldat she rides around. I'm wondering if this is her soldat. I don't think it is, right? Because she uses a golden one called like the Golden Rakshasha. But I feel like these are all Divine Knights. I doubt they would put hers here. That'd be kind of weird because that definitely is not a character. And so she to me is like very high. It's weird. She's less of like a likable, like one that I really like. I do like her. Like she's not bad, but like she's just so important in terms of like strength. I kind of feel like I have to put her in S tier. Like she is just like up there, and she's very likable. I like that she's always on your side. She's helped out in so many situations. And something that I found funny, she's just so much younger than I thought. Where like based on how she looks, I thought she was like 40, because just like, you know, this is an anime, older characters look younger, but like she's a principal, she's been in the military and shit like that. I'm like, and she's a principal as well. I'm like, she's like probably high 30s, maybe 40. And I think Trolls into Reverie, they're talking about it, and they compared him to another character who was like, I think like 30 or like 29 or some shit. And there's a flashback where you find out that guy was in high school, and then she enrolled after under him, so she's younger. So she's like in her 20s, I think, or maybe young. I think she was in her 20s. I'm like, what the fuck? Or like low 30s maybe, so I can't remember. So like I was just like impressed. I'm like, yo, she's done so much at her age. So I think I'm just gonna put her S tier just for who she is, how powerful she is. She's dope, so I'm gonna put her in S tier for that. Let's get this dude. He is the Zephyr King, I believe, which is the head of those Jaegers. He is Fee's boss, kind of like a father figure. He's dope. I honestly really liked what kind of character he was. He was kind of funny. I believe he was a character when you first meet him, you have to beat him in the card game in the casino, which is funny because that was the first time I played that card game in that game. I was just kind of skipping those games. I was really interested in it. But when I met him, he forced you to play against him, and that was it. I was learning live as I had to beat him in the casino, which is funny. And so he's very likable in terms of like the Jaeger characters. I'm going to put him in B tier because of that. Like he was very, like he would be D tier because I don't really know him, but because of like who he is, he's funny, he's likable, what he does in the story, how he becomes like a Divine Knight wielder and all that, he just is very fucking cool. And because of that, I will put his Divine Knight with him. I believe it's this one because I remember it was purple. So again, I can't rank these Divine Knights separately, I don't fucking know, so I'll just put it with him because I believe that is his Divine Knight. But now that I think about it, who is his Golden Divine Knight? If it's not the Golden Rakshasa, because I know this is Gileath Osborne, the bad guy. That's Cedric's. Who the fuck is a gold one? I know Rufus has one, but isn't Rufus's like whitish? Or maybe this is Rufus's. So we'll see. I'm gonna assume this is Rufus's then. Let's get some more Ouroboros numbers. We have these two, which are the they're the equals of Duvali. They're under Leanne. They're fine. I think they're like honestly C tier. Not that they're bad. They're like you kind of know them, but not really. You don't really know them as much as Duvali. But like they're there. They're like the villains for a while, and like I think it was in the Sky or Zero series. Like you fight them a lot. You fight them in Cold Steel a lot too. But they're there. They're help sometimes. But like they're like whatever. Like I don't know. They're not like amazing or anything. So I'm gonna put them in C tier for now with Schmidt. Okay, we're finally within 5 rows of characters, which is nice. There's still so much left. Oh my god. Let's get her. This is Randy's cousin. I think she's called the Ogre Princess or something like that. I don't remember her name. I don't actually remember her name. But it was very surprising to me because I played Cold Steel, so like I knew her from that. And then when I was playing the Crossbell game, Zero and Azure, they showed her, and I'm like, yo, she sounds like familiar. Who is she? Then I fucking realized that like it was her, that was Randy's cousin. I'm like, oh, that's who she is, the one that hangs out with Cedric. I'm like, that's dope. She's cool. She's very interesting. Her design, I think, was dope, and so she's part of I don't know. I can't remember what she is in terms of Ouroboros. I know she's part of it. I don't know if she's an enforcer. Is she that good? I'm not sure. But she's like very fucking violent and shit too. The relationship between Randy and her is interesting. Where like I feel like most family relationships in this game are like positive in terms of like no matter what, I love you, things like that. But like she isn't like the other Randy. Like Randy like likes her, I guess, or like not that close. And so it's a very interesting relationship. So I'm gonna put her in B tier, maybe. She's like BC, somewhere there in terms of like I don't like her that much, but like she's still a cool character, so I'll put her in B tier for now. I'm noticing this dude, which is the teacher from the not the branch campus, the main campus of Thor's, which is Reinhardt. I think he's the dude trying to get with Elliot's sister, I think. Oh, Elliot's sister's right here too, which is funny. He's dope. I like him. I feel like he was a really dependable character in Trails of Cold Steel. I really liked him. I remember like the first things I noticed about him. I think he's one of the first characters you see in Cold Steel because it kind of starts you in the middle of the game at Guerrilla Fortress, and there's one of the teachers. I just thought he looked very fucking cool, like his hair and all that. Design wise, I thought he was dope. I'm gonna put him B character. I liked him. Like there's nothing more to say about that. He's just a dope character, and so I'll put him there at B tier. We have Elliot's sister I just talked about, so I might as well rank her. I don't know. There's not much to say about her. I know she's his sister. She has a thing with the teacher, Reinhardt. They might be getting together. She's very nice. I'm just gonna put her in C tier. There's like nothing. I don't know. There's really nothing about her. It's funny that I'm putting all these guys above this guy. I feel bad. But like I honestly like don't really like a lot of the side characters in the branch campus. I'm just like whatever on, like they're fine, like I don't really like them that much, and so I'll just put them in D because like whatever. I see Fee. Let's put Fee. Fee is really dope. Fee is an interesting character because you see how she starts as this Jaeger character. I believe she's younger than everyone, and you slowly see her get out of her bubble. She becomes a bracer along with Sarah, which is dope, and she's literally in Daybreak, which is fucking cool. I love seeing her design change, her getting more confident, and her like hair change. Like, it's just very cool just seeing her evolve, and like she's such a different character, but she still has the same calm vibe about her. And I remember in Cold Steel, she was like whatever to me. Like in the actual, like, if I had to rank the class, she was kind of near the bottom. But like seeing her come more and more, be more and more important, and see how she's like so helpful in Daybreak 2, I just think puts her in a higher rank. So I think she's gonna be A tier for me. Like, she's kind of with Sarah. I think above Sarah, honestly, and above Duvley, honestly. Yeah, I just like Fee as a character now, especially with how much she's been returning, which is very cool. I see Rex, but he's also a side character from the Trails of Cold Steel branch campus. He's like whatever. He's like kind of like your pervy trope guy. He's a photographer. He works with Vivi a lot. He doesn't have that much of a role. Like, he does important things technically because he gets like important pictures for the news and stuff. But like, he's like a whatever. He's like a C tier character. Like, he's not like amazing. Like, for example, like Vivi and Lind are more, likable than him. I really hope I'm getting the names right. For all I know, their names are not Vivi and Lynn. This is what I remember. So if they're wrong, I'm sorry. But that's what I remember the names as. It was Vivi and Lynn. So we're just gonna keep going with that. Okay, so I'm eyeing some of the villains now. We have this guy, which I believe was G. I cannot remember his actual name, but like the villains in Trails of Cold Steel were like letters, like G, C, S, V, things like that. And I know that I remember the other ones, like V was Vulcan, S I think was Scarlet, C was obviously Crow, G I cannot remember. Honestly, I barely remember him. I remember when I was playing the later Trails of Cold Steel games, I had to like Google him, like, who the fuck was he? Like, I don't really remember. And so like, he's like, whatever, I'm putting D tier. Like, I honestly barely remember him. I know he was kind of like one of the main guys of that team, of the, I forgot what they're called, like the anti-liberation, something like that Crow led. But like, he's like, honestly, like the only thing I remember about G is when we killed him. Like, we were fighting him in like in a cave or something. I think he just died. That's all I remember about G. So like, I cannot in good faith put him higher than D. So like, he's just in D. I still feel so bad that I think his name is Pablo beside him. Like I'm doing Pablo dirty. But yeah. Honestly, I don't know if this is Pablo. I might be getting his name. I don't think his name is Pablo when I think about it. I think Pablo is someone else. We'll see as I go. Maybe I'll actually find Pablo. But okay, I got my eye on Cedric. Cedric, I fucking love. His character is so interesting, where he's a prince along with Oliver. He's like this little bitch. He's like taken as a hostage in Trails of Cold Steel 2. Trails of Cold Steel 3, he's a completely changed guy. He's confident. He's older. He had a growth spurt. He's literally working right fucking under Gilead Osborne. The main villain is dope to see how he's kind of a bad guy, then he's not. He fucking joins Ouroboros. Like, his character arc is like one of the, if not the most interesting to me, and so I love that you even get a bit of insight of it in Reverie. I believe there's a daydream on him, like of him in Ouroboros and trying to like go through that. So like he's like an S tier. Like, his story is just so original to me and so like awesomely done, and like in some ways we're just at the start of it. Like, what the hell is he going to be doing in Ouroboros? Is he going to become an enforcer? What's he going to do as an enforcer? Is he going to be bad or good? Like, we don't know. I feel like he's one of the rare, like, maybe morally grayish characters, kind of like what they're trying to show Van as in Daybreak. I feel like that's what Cedric really is. So I'm very interested to see how he's going to act in the future game. So he's going to be an S tier character for me. Let us see. Okay, so I'm seeing a character here. I don't recognize him. I think he's a Northern War character. I'm going to look closely right now. I'm going to see who he is. Okay, so I look closely. I believe he's a Northern War character, so I don't know him. So I'm going to put him in I don't know. Is this guy a Northern War character too? This blue hair dude? Who the fuck is he? I'm trying to remember. Like, I don't think I know. He's wearing kind of like the Erebonian military costume, but like, I don't think I know him. I think. So I think I might throw this dude out in I don't know too. I think he's Northern War, so I'll put him there. I just noticed they have C here, which is the third crow on this list. So honestly, C is pretty high tier because I remember when I was playing the game, I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, this dope ass dude, like this shooter, this sniper. He's kind of like an asshole to you. And then when you realize he's Crow, and I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast before, I'm pretty sure I did, but like, C's reveal to me was fucking amazing because of how I played the game. Where like, throughout the game, I like Crow. He was just there, but I was never that close to him. But at the end, near the end of the game where you're doing the school festival, I'm just like, fuck it, why not just like you pick Crow for every freaking event? You pretty much get to pick a character to hang out with. So I just started picking Crow for everything. There was like a game where like was clearly meant to be a romantic event. You're supposed to pick like a girl or someone to go with. I picked Crow just to see what would happen, and Crow was like, Reen, what the fuck? You're supposed to like take someone you like, but we still went through it. It was funny. So like, I kind of like maxed my bonding with them, and so the final cutscene was with him. So like, they got close. I'm like, this guy's my bro. And then right after that is revealed that not only it's revealed that he's C, I picked it up right before it was revealed too, which is very cool because I'm like, oh wait, I was like, Vulcan is V, Scarlet is S, C, do I know any C characters? I'm like, C. Then I'm like, wait, Crow starts with the C. Wait, Crow's not with us. We're all watching this video feed of C about to snipe Gileath. Crow for some reason isn't here. I'm like, that's motherfucking Crow. And the thing that I love is when I've realized it, I think Reen realized it too, but he didn't say it yet, and then it's revealed a bit soon after. So clearly the game wanted me to figure out then too, but like it was just like they fucking nailed the timing of when they wanted the player to not only realize it, but they made you realize it without being explicit about it, which is very cool. So see, I thought he was a dope ass villain. He's like, is he S? Yo, he might be S tier, bro. See, like C and Crow, just like I fucking loved it. It was like well done. Like I really liked like the entire twist they did with that. So, and I just thought it was genius to like, yeah, it's the same character, but like why not just give them different weapons? Fuck it. When he's C, he uses guns. When he's Crow, he uses his spear thing. I just thought it was a very funny thing that they did to kind of hide his identity. And so yeah, I'll put C at S tier. We're almost done the 5th row, which is nice. Oh yeah, so I rank Cedric? I think yeah, I rank Cedric. I'll put his knight with him because like I said, I just don't know how to separate it. Also, another reason I'll put his knight up, I believe it's called the Vermilion Knight. It just looks fucking cool. Like it looks dope. That red color is dope. I believe the thing with his knight is it has like a fuck ton of swords or some shit. It's just like his design, like it's just dope. It's like red, I think gold too. And so like yeah, I just fucking loved his. I think his knight's design is my favorite. And so yeah, I'll put I believe it's a Vermilion Knight up there with him. Let us see. Okay, so I'm noticing another character there. I think it might be a Northern War character, so I'm gonna look closely at my monitor to see. Bro, the image is so fucking small. Even like me going to my monitor, I cannot fucking tell what he is. I think he's a Northern War character because he doesn't really look like any blonde character I know. So assuming this is a Northern War character, I'm gonna put him in I don't know. If he isn't a Northern War character, I'm sorry, but like he's there, so I'm gonna put him in I don't know with everyone else. Okay, so I see Rufus. Rufus is just like his character just like kept getting better and better. He is this guy. I'm like, this guy's a cool dude. He's used as his brother. He's dependable. Then you find out he's kind of sneaky. Then you find out he's the bad guy, and then you find out he's part of the Iron Bloods. And then his entire character, like it was wild that like they chose to focus on him for Reverie. Where like they made him one of the 3 main characters. They had this entire character change of him becoming more and more human, and how Lapis changed him to appreciate life more, and he literally kills himself at the end. Almost, we save his life, and then he's pretty much just like a wandering person now. He doesn't have an identity. He's not Rufus anymore. Oliver offered him to become Olivier. I don't know if that's what he fucking did. I don't know if that's what he goes by now, but like he is straight up just traveling with Lapis, Nadine, and Swin. And I'm like, his character has just been the character arcs and trails are fucking golden, and like his is one of my favorites too. So he's like S tier to me too now. He was A tier. Reverie easily raised him to S tier for me. Okay, we are finally within 4 rows for the characters. Let us see. Okay, so I just ranked Rufus, right? I just ranked him. Okay, so I have his. I'm assuming the gold Divine Knight is his, so I'll just put that with him. Again, I'm just putting the Divine Knights with the people. And we have Gileath's Knight. Where's Gileath? Let me find his ass. So I might as well just, okay, Gileath Osborne is here. It was gonna be hard. He's such an interesting villain because like he's bad the entire time, but then you realize it's technically not him. It's just like this curse, kind of. This being that's within him. Oh, it's Ishmelga, I guess. Yeah, we know his name. It's pretty much Ishmelga in him. But it's kind of hard to draw the line. Like, what's Ishmelga? What's him? I don't know. But I just thought it was interesting how Ishmelga still technically lived on with Ishmelga Reen. I just thought that was very enticing. I think Gileath Osborne is like one of my favorite villains. Like, he's just very well done. I think it's hard. Like, he's a great villain. I don't really like him like that. Like, I wouldn't like... If you said who's the greatest villain, I wouldn't really think of him. But like, the more I think about him, like, he is a great villain. So I'm gonna put him in A tier, but like high A tier probably. Like, I don't know, somewhere like maybe, I don't know. If this is a likability list, I don't know. It's not like I fucking like him that much, but like he is a good villain. I'll just whatever. I'll just put him in the A tier right now. I don't know where he goes, but like I like him as a villain. He's dope, and I love how you even start to get like hearing stuff about him, and not only in Crossbell. It blew my mind that when I played the Crossbell games, like you hear about him, you hear about his death too. Like they talk about the assassination. It blew my mind. But you see him in Trails in the Sky 3rd chapter 2, which is dope, in one of the flashbacks of him talking to Oliver, and like that conversation was fucking insane with how much they call about future stuff in Class 7. I thought that was dope. I remember when I saw Oliver talking to Osborne, I was like, holy fuck, because I played Cold Steel before Sky, so that was a dope moment for me. I just looked at how long I've been recording. What the fuck? It's been 40 minutes of me recording, and we're like halfway done. Usually the tier lists are like 20 minutes. My normal podcast episodes are like 40 minutes to an hour. This might be longer than a normal podcast episode. You guys are eating today. Okay, we got a lot more characters left. Let's see. Okay, let's go with this dude. He is Zex, I think, something like that. He's like the dude at the Nord military base. I remember he was dope. I liked him, but the thing is, like, he isn't really relevant that much later on. Like, he's good, But like, I'm just gonna put him in C tier because like I just don't really remember much about him. I remember he was a cool character. He was nice. He gave us horses and shit, I believe. But like, that's all I remember about him. I noticed another military dude, which is Elliot's uncle. I think he's dope too. He was nice. Like he helped us a lot, like with the insider information. I think he was like, he always made sure not to get too close. But I liked him as a character. It was really nice knowing that we had someone so chill and so close to us, so high up in the military. So I really liked him for that. So I'm gonna put him in B tier because of that. Like I thought he was just like a really good character. Just really nice having him in the story. I'm seeing the Emperor's wife. I don't fucking know. Like she's nice, I guess. There's not really much. I'm just gonna put her in C tier because like we don't know much about her. Like she's cool, I guess. Let's see. I see Machias. Machias is dope. So pretty much when I played Tears of Cold Steel, Elliot and Gaius were like my main homies that I started with. But then I started branching out to Machias and Eustace kind of organically. The story kind of does that where like Eustace and Machias kind of hate each other. I always liked Eustace. I just thought he was dope. I liked him in combat. Machias was cool too. Machias was kind of an asshole at the start, but you kind of get used to it. You kind of find out what type of person he is. But I still think Machias is a good character, so I'm gonna put him in A tier. I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like maybe like all of Class 7, like OG, maybe in A tier, honestly. But we'll see. I see her. She is part of the new Class 7, the branch campus. She is I forgot what her thing was. Like she's more of the hard ass. You learn her backstory. Like you learn about her. I just cannot remember it for the life of me. So I'm gonna put her like fuck, C or D. I'll put her in D tier. I don't know why they chose that image of her. That sounded like some detailed ass like AI looking picture, but like she was good. I just cannot remember her backstory for the life of me. I think she's a singer of the band. I guess she likes doing. But yeah, okay. I just noticed Altina. Altina is one of the people in the new Class 7 that I like a lot. Like her character is dope. She also has like a cool arc of like becoming more human. She's like the same as Million, but like you have to see her because I completely forgot she started as a villain. Like she was a bad guy, and like it blew my mind where she kind of fucked with a lot with like Reen, like in this village, and like after she's your student and you just gotta like accept that she was a bad guy. She fucked with the village in some ways. She kidnapped Reen's sister and the princess, I believe, and I'm like, now she's my student. But like I really like her as a character. Her design's good, and yeah, I just really like it. She pretty much seemed like a Fee, but honestly kind of more likable than Fee for some reason. I don't know, something about her. She has a very like little sister vibe throughout the game, which I kind of appreciate. And so like she is like up there. She is like A tier with like the rest of the Class 7. So I just put her kind of somewhere random. Let's just put her for fun. I like her more than Sarah. I like her more than Duvali. I'll put her above Fee. Why not? I am liking Fee a bit more right now because of recency bias with Daybreak, but like I like Altina a lot. She's a pretty fun character. Okay, I'm noticing this dude. I cannot remember his name. He's Oliver's right hand man. Oh my god. It starts with an M, I think. Mateus? M? I cannot fucking remember his name, bro. I know he's a Vander. He's related to Kurt. I'll just call him Vander for now, just so I have something to call him. But he's dope. He's funny as fuck because he just deals with Oliver's bullshit. So he's like honestly like, I'm gonna put him as a high B tier character because he's just really funny. For as like rare as he shows up in the game, he's just like I don't know. His personality is he's like this serious ass military man, but the way he has to deal with Oliver's shit all the time is hilarious. And it's just very cool that when you learn about Kurt in the new game and you find out he's related, I'm like, oh, that's dope that you have this kind of like familial connection with someone. Like I honestly don't think I was even paying attention too much to the older brother Vander, like until like I learned about Kurt. I'm like, who was that again? Then I'm like, oh yeah, that dude, yeah, the right hand man to Oliver, because you know him since like the Sky games. He's like in Sky and stuff like that. So it's very cool to see like how he's become, and he's strong as fuck too. Like he's really nice in the game too. So yeah, I noticed another Northern War character. I remember this motherfucker because I played the app a bit. He just seemed like a dumbass. I'm seeing some of the Jaeger characters who were with Fee. This dude and this dude, I think the names are Leo, and it starts with an X, one of them, I think. They're cool. I liked how human they were. Like they weren't like that bad. I like that Fee still sees them as family, and she mentions them all the time. Even in Daybreak, she's like, "Oh, I can't wait to tell Leo and whatever the other one, Xavier maybe it was his name. I think it might have been Leo and Xavier, but like they're fine. I'm gonna put them in C tier because like they're whatever. Like I don't think they're bad characters, but like you know, like I'm just throwing my hands up for the audio listeners. Like they're just like they're good. I don't need to know more about them, or like I don't really care about them that much. But like they're not D or anything. Like they're pretty good characters. I rank Gileath right. Let me put his Divine Knight with him. Okay, he's right there in A tier. I'll put his Divine Knight with him. Hopefully I'm getting all the Divine Knights correct. Maybe that's why they put these Divine Knights. I think they put the Divine Knights of the characters that are in it. Now that I think about it, because there are like 13 Divine Knights, 12, something like that. Okay, so I'm noticing Vulcan. He's with C and Scarlet. They're fine. I think Vulcan's the one that died, I believe Scarlet's still in the story. Like, she reformed. She's a fucking like church sister. I think she used to be a sister. She's a church sister. She's helping on a reverie. She's dope. I love her, character progression. Vulcan, like, I don't remember that much. I think he might have maybe turned kind of good at the end, but like I think he just fucking died. So like he's a C tier. Like, he's like whatever. We have this dude. He's also part of the original Thor's campus. His name is, I don't know, Franz, some shit like that. I think I can't remember. I think he's a cousin or brother of another student, I believe, and he's cool. No, his name is Vincent, I think, because the fat girl likes him, the Margaret or whatever her name was, and like that was the entire joke of them. Like, he's good. I like him. I honestly like talking to him in the thing. So I'm honestly just gonna put him in C tier. Like, he's not bad. Like, I like talking with him, but like, yeah, he's just like whatever. He's probably above like all these guys. Above. You know what? He's top of C tier, honestly. So I'll put him there for now. We have Princess Alphen. I like her a lot too. I like her like Oliver, Cedric, Alphen. I like all three of them. They're dope. She's important to the story. I like how she's really good friends with, what's her name? Oh God, what's Reen's sister's name? Elise? Is Elise her name? But she's homies with potentially Elise, if that's her name. And so I think she's a good character. It's kind of nice seeing her grow more into the role too, because like in Trails of Colossia 1, she just seemed like a fucking kid. Like, I just saw her as a kid, but in Trails of Colossia 3 and 4, you're seeing her kind of get more into the diplomatic role. She's acting more of a princess. She's a bit more serious about her role and things like that. But at the same time, she actually helps us with fighting here and there too, which is dope. So it's kind of cool to see that evolution of her character in that way too. You actually kind of saw that with Reen's sister too. And Reen's sister's right here too, now that I think about it. And so I'm going to put her, she's A tier. I like her. She's like a dope character. She stayed important and like, I think good design and everything too. I think she was fun. Her personality is very fun, how she kind of fucks with Reen a lot and his sister. And so yeah, I might as well rank the sister too. The sister is good. She kind of falls flat. She's really nice, but like her entire thing, which is weird, is that she likes her brother, which I'm like, I know it's adopted, but like and so I don't know. I'll put her in B tier. She's a good character. I like that she becomes a warrior. I like her relationship with Alphen and all and things like that. But like, she's kind of like vanilla-ish. Like, there isn't too much about her, and she can kind of get annoying-ish at times. She's like, am I useful to you, Reen? Am I helpful? Do you not want me to be here? Like, she's that kind of character, and so she's fun. Honestly, my favorite thing about her is the fact that Patrick Harms likes her, and there's just a funny fucking I guess love triangle between Reen, her, and Patrick. So because of Patrick, I think she's a funny character. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't dislike her, but I don't really like her that much either. Okay, the characters are whittling down for sure. We have less than 3 rows of characters left. Okay, we found her. She's also, I think she's the sister or cousin of Vincent, I believe his name is. She's pretty much, where is he? She's right there. I think she might be less than Vincent because I don't really remember what she did. Like, I know she comes back in the future games. This is her future design. She helps with stuff I think I remember. She's the person who always competed with Alisa. She was a noble. She's kind of assholey in her nobleness, but she becomes a lot nicer after. I think she's like always one of her ins to the noble families along with Patrick. So she's kind of there. Honestly, she is C tier. Like, she's not bad. Again, she's pretty much with this guy. Now that I remember her story, like she's good. She's with Vincent, and I believe they're related. I'm pretty sure. And so I'll put her there in C tier. Let's go with Teacher Thomas, or like Father Thomas, because he's part of the Gral's Ritter, which is a fucking insane reveal. I remember I found, I guess he was foreshadowed in a side quest, because I found out about him in Trails of Cold Steel 3, I think it was 3 where it was revealed, and they kind of flash back to like a scene that I didn't recognize, but I noticed that it was the old art style, which meant it was probably in the side quest that I didn't do, because it's weird to me now, but like I used to not do all the side quests. Now I do every single side quest, talk to every single NPC, which is why I really want to play the old Cold Steel games again and play through every single side quest possible. And so Father Thomas is pretty dope. He's helped a lot. He's like OP like in the universe, and so I'm gonna put him up. I'm gonna put him B tier. Like, he's pretty goated. I'm not gonna put him in A tier because, again, you don't see too much of him. Like, he was always this goofy fucking teacher, but like you kind of see his more serious side as like Father Thomas, and he's, as an arts guy, he's just fucking like strong. Arts as in like the magic. So I'll put him in B tier for now. I just noticed Gaius. Gaius is A tier. I like him. He's dope. He's like pretty. I like him above Elliot. He was like, as a character I liked, as like a friend I liked, as a warrior. Like, he was throughout the entire series. Trails of Cold Steel, Reverie, he was always in my main team, and I fucking love. He just became part of the Gral's Ritter. Like, he became a Dominion. Like, somehow I'm like, what the fuck? And the thing is, I remember that felt kind of like out of left field because I knew of the Dominions through Father Thomas. I forgot I knew about them somehow, and then in Cold Steel when it revealed that like he was one of them, I'm like, what the fuck, where the fuck did this happen? Like, how this happened? Like, what was the relation? And I think there's a romance thing between him and Lind. I think they kind of throw or tell us about that sometimes throughout the game, so that's a thing that might be happening. But like, Gaius is just cool. He was a chill student. He was like one of those guys who felt like from the start he was ride or die with you, kind of with Elliot too, where like they were the first friends with you. Other characters, there was some kind of like drama that happened sometimes, but Gaius, like, from the start, he was just like a homie, which I really loved. And him and his like story throughout the North Highlands, their land. I fucking love the North Highlands where you just get to ride through with the horse and then him become Growlritter. I really love his development. I love his fucking bird. I cannot remember his name. It starts with a Z. I can't remember his name right now, but I love his bird too. Just him just like always somewhere on the field that you can talk to his bird too, which is nice. But yeah, Gaius is A tier for me. All right, so I see Principal Van Dyke. He's dope. He's buff as fuck. You can see this picture, but he's strong as hell. He was the principal of your school. I love that the principals in the school are all just fucking amazing warriors. Real life principal should be that too. No, I'm kidding. But like, yeah, he was just a nice teacher. He was usually on our side. I know, like, technically at the end of 3 or 4 or 2, I can't remember which, actually not, I have no idea, but one of the Trails of Cold Steel games, you have to fight against him because he's a military man, he kind of has to based on law and whatever. But he's a dope character. I really liked him. He's like high B tier character for me, probably. Probably he's kind of like Mueller around there for me, so I'll put him. Oh, Mueller. I just remembered his name. His name is Mueller, the one I was calling Vander. I was like, yeah, it starts with the M. I don't know why I just remembered his name right now, but yeah, I just said he was with Mueller. Yeah, his name is Mueller, the dude who's the right-hand man of Oliver. That's cool. So I put Principal Van Dyke around that tier. Okay, so we're kind of getting to the final stretch of the final stretch of the final stretch. There's like 2.5 rows left. So let's keep going strong. I just noticed this character. I don't know who the fuck she is. I think she's a Northern War character too. Like, her clothes look different. Actually, yeah, she's wearing literally the same uniform as them. Northern War. Get out. Actually, I think she's Northern War too. I don't know who the hell that is. Northern War. Get out of my face. I see Eustace. Eustace is like, he's like top tier. He's like one of my favorites in Class 7. I love him. I love how like I liked him like right off the bat. He had this kind of noble pride. Then he kind of got softer. His relationship with Rufus, that development. Him, just like in the future Cold Steel games, of him pretty much becoming the Duke, pretty much, in place of his dad and Rufus. Him kind of wearing these more noble clothes. I love his fucking new design, like his hair and all that looks freaking dope. Him becoming very close with Milliam, that dynamic of like, this brother-sister vibe is really nice. So like, everything about Eustace and how they kind of evolved him throughout the games, I love. So he's like, actually, wait up. He might be S tier for me, actually. I'm trying to think. I think he's S tier for me. I'll put him above Cedric for me. Like, Eustace I just really fucking love. He's just like one of my favorite characters, in my opinion. Actually, above freaking Patrick too, probably. Yeah, I'll put him right there. He's just like, as a character, I just loved him in the class, and he was just my homie throughout. That's it. One thing I didn't like, this is my thing, but like, I loved him as a character, but in Trails of Cold Steel, I just didn't think he fought that well, so I never had him in my team. Then in Reverie, he just worked with the team I had, so I always had him in my fighting team too. So the fact that I really liked him and I was able to put him in my fighting team, having those two things together was always nice. So I really love him overall. So yeah, he's S tier for me. Okay, so we have Toval. He is very cool. He is a bracer, maybe one of the first bracers you learn of in Cold Steel, and so he's dope. He's known. I forgot he has a title. He's known as like the arts guy or some shit like that. He's dope. I really like him. I think he's like the definition of B tier character. He's just like, he's a dope character. I like him when he's there. It was nice because he was one of the stronger guys. It's nice knowing that he's the arts guy, so you know to use arts with him when you use him. I think his weapon is cool too. It's like I think it's like a baton or like a double baton. Like, he uses like these two. He is like exactly what Nightwing uses. I think that's what he uses. So he's just a dope character. His design is dope too. Just like simple white coat. I think I'm a sucker for like long white coats. So fucking cool. That's why I love Reen's modern design. Not this one, not this black coat one. The white one is fucking dope. And so his design is cool too. He's just a nice dude overall. I'm gonna put a B tier. We have, I think this is Scarlet. It took me a second to realize who she is because she looks, at least from this is almost exactly like a character that's in Daybreak. So I was like, what the fuck? Why is she here? But no, I believe this is Scarlet. The reason I'm surprised is because the sword she's using is the exact same sword that Reese uses. I believe her name is Reese, the sister with Kevin. But also the character I'm talking about in Daybreak uses the exact same sword, which people of the church use, from what I can tell. And it's funny because she is a sister now, so maybe because she used to be a sister, I think that's why she has a sword. But like I mentioned when I was talking about Vulcan, they're part of the same crew, but Vulcan, I believe, died. Scarlet got a second chance. She became a sister, and now she works with Wazzy and the other dude with the mohawk. I can't remember his name right now. I think Wald maybe was his name. And so I think her character was good. Her character progression has been nice. I remember you had conversations with her and Vulcan when you were like on the ship as Marine, which is very cool. So I think she's like, again, B tier character. She's really good, and I don't think she reaches A tier for me. But like I just really like to see it. I really like seeing how she changed and how she's just still part of the current modern story, helping us out from the side of the church. And it's really interesting to see how much people from the church that we now know. Like we have Wazzy, we have her, we have Thomas, we have Kevin, we have two more kind of on her side and Daybreak. So like it's really cool seeing how many people of the church that we know, and she's just one of them. Where like she was a villain and now she's in the church. Like it's a complete 180, which is very cool to see. So yeah, Scarlet, I'll put her in B tier. We got the last character of the third row, so let me just pick her. It is Muse. I cannot remember her real name, but Muse is not her real name. That's her identity because she's actually a princess of something. She's an interesting critter. No, I'm kidding. She's an interesting character where like she has like a very interesting personality, and like she's just like she I believe she comes into class 7, like the new class 7 later. I think it's literally just Altina, Kurt, and Yuna, which is fucking insane because there's only 3 people. And I think Muse and Ash come together. You learn that she's actually friends with Alphen and Elise. I think she might have gone to school with them before when she was a princess. She clearly likes Reen. You learn she has this fucking ability to like not predict the future, but she can pretty much play chess with real life. Like she can see all the pieces on a game board and figure out a strategy to win. Operation Mio Mirage was her thing, which is the entire fucking thing in Trails of Cold Steel 4, which was against the Great Twilight, I believe. Like she was the head of that, which is dope. She's clearly very important. I think like I think she honestly just ranks with like the rest of the new class 7 characters, which is like high B tier. I still think I like Yuna and Kurt better than her, but I'll put her here. Honestly, I like Lapis better than her. I don't know if I'm gonna be sorting within the tiers when I'm done. This is just way too many characters to do with. I might do it very roughly where I'm like, clearly this character is above these ones, and I might do it there, but I'm not gonna do like person by person. That'd be insane. I'd have to kill myself because I've been recording for more than an hour at this point. Jesus. Okay, I gotta speed this shit up. So we have, I believe this is the Emperor from Swin and Nadia's story. Funnily enough, in Daybreak they're mentioning him and like how he died to them, so like I'm kind of learning a bit more about him. He is one of the villains in Reverie. The thing is, I just don't know much about him. Like I literally all you see of him is be a fucking asshole to Swin and Nadia, and that they killed him before and we kind of kill him again. Well, at least his robot version of him. I'm gonna put him in D tier because I just don't know. Like I don't really know much about him. I don't know section, but these are ones that straight up I don't know, and this guy I just don't even consider a person. So I'll put him in D tier because I don't care. Like he's like whatever. What's weird is in Daybreak they had this sketch of like these bad guys in this company, I won't say, but they showed one guy with a fucking dope design. I'm like, who is that? And then I realized after it's him. But like in Reverie, he looks like a fucking dumbass. I don't get it. Like in the sketch, he looks super dope. I don't know if that's him when he was younger or something. But in Reverie, every time you saw him, like he was this fucking like dumb piece of shit, like shitty fitting armor. Yeah, the Emperor's like, from what I saw, whatever. Maybe I'll see him as cooler if they make a game on him or if I learn more about him. But like right now, he's like, yeah, he's whatever. I'll just put him in D tier for now. I just found Ash. Let's do Ash. Ash is dope. What's weird is I see in my mind Ash is under Kurt and Yuna, but I think Ash probably has the most interesting story of pretty much all of the new class 7 characters, where like how the evil took over him, he fucking almost assassinated the Emperor, and the fact that still sticks with him. There's a daydream at the end of Trails into Reverie where like he's kind of fighting against that, where like he thinks he doesn't deserve the life he has. He's about to leave Thor's branch campus, and Reen and everyone pretty much tell him to shut the fuck up and like stay, like you're good fam, and that's what happens. So his story is one of the best. I really like him, but I don't know why I do like Yuna and Kurt more than him, so I'm gonna put him. I'll put him here around Lapis. I'll put him under Lapis. I don't know why. Lapis is just fun. I like her as a character. She's funny. So I'll put him right there. And something I'm realizing as I'm doing this, like I don't think all the tiers are going to fit on one screen by the time I'm done. I might have to zoom out as I put more characters. We'll see. But okay, we are within 2 more rows of characters now. We're almost there. This is the final stretch of the final stretch now. So we're getting close. I just noticed Emma. We didn't rank her yet. She is good. She is one of the most interesting class 7 characters, where she's just like one of the smart students. I think she's like number 1 in class or something. You see her talking to Celine the cat, who you don't know Celine the cat. You find out she's a witch. The witch has become hella fucking important in the future games. She helps you out. She throws away her glasses for some reason. Her design changes. I like her new design. She looks dope, but like I think she's A tier. I think she's a good character. I don't think I put her that high in class 7, the original class 7, but like I think she's pretty good, so I'll just put her in A tier. We have this dude. I forgot his name. He's like one of the... Is he an Enforcer? I don't remember the difference between Enforcer and Anguis in Ouroboros. He's one of them. I think he's like the first one of them. I think it's an enforcer, maybe. He's called like the trickster or some bullshit. He's fine. He's just some kid. He is one of the most interesting to me where like I want to know what the fuck his backstory is, because I always thought he was just like a guy, but you realize I believe in Sky that he's literally a kid. Like he is a kid. And what's cool is you actually do get to see him. Like, and when he's in Cold Steel, he is clearly older. Like his voice dropped a bit. He is like more teenage in age. So like, I want to know with him having such an important role as a kid, like who the fuck is he? What's his background? He clearly has a very distinct design and hair color, so I don't know if there's like some family thing with him that's important, but like obviously we know Ren, she was in Ouroboros as a young kid, but like she was kind of like an underling-ish of their team, but like he seems like pretty high up as a kid, so I want to know like who the fuck is he? There's some nepotism shit going on, but yeah, he's as Ouroboros is very interesting to me. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I really like him as a character. He's dope. I don't really remember him much right now because of recency stuff where like he hasn't been in the games recently, but I remember that he is a dope character and I do like him, so I'll put him in A tier. We have Rose, which is kind of the head witch, the one who makes herself look like a kid even though she's actually like a woman. She's cool. I remember it blew my mind when the books that you read in Trails of Cold Steel, I think, were about her. There's like a book on like a witch, and I believe a witch and a wolf, and I think it's about her and Zait. I don't know how you say his name. I think it's about those two, but like she's dope. I'm just gonna say A tier. I don't want to give too much of a reason because the recording's going too long, but I like her a lot. Honestly, I like her more than Emma, to be honest. She's just a dope character. I think her design's dope too, and I really like the role she takes on. I believe in Cold Steel 3. I believe she's training New Class 7 for a while when Reen is taken, which I thought was just like a very cool role where she's kind of doing the tutorial stuff. And so I really love how nice she is. She literally just lets us fucking come to her hidden village and chill and train us up. I thought that was very cool. So I really like her role, really like how important she is, and I really like how old she is. Like there's a lot of history that she's seen. She knows Zait. I think she might have known Leon, so like it's pretty dope having her as a character in this series. We have this dude. He's a teacher on the branch campus. I'm gonna straight up just put him in C tier. He was good. He was like a whatever character. I think he has some relation to Claire, which is a blue-haired woman from the RMP, the Railway Military Police. And I know there's some history between them and the brothers, and like Claire did something to get his siblings killed or some shit. I can't remember. There's some shit like that. He's dope. He wasn't like ever that likable. He's like fine. He's kind of like a Walmart Reinhardt, but like he's good. I don't need to say much more. He's C tier to me. We have Elisa's mom. Honestly, she's like a bitch for a lot of the story. She's fine. She kind of flip-flops between bad and good. By the like more in the modern series, she pretty much gives all the control to Elisa, and she's not in the story that much. So she's like whatever to me. She's like Schmidt to me, where like she's not likable at all, really, and she's just there. And yeah, like I don't know, she's fine. she's okay. We have Albrecht / Franz, I believe his name is. And I believe I always think he's Epstein's disciple. He's not. He's a disciple of Epstein's disciple, I think. I believe. I can't remember who. It might be of like Schmidt, maybe. But yeah, like he's dope. It's revealed that Elisa's dad was one of the villains. How he didn't actually die, and he's one of the gnomes, I think, of the 13 factories or some shit like that. Some insane plot, which I can't remember. I'll put him straight in B tier because I think he's cool. I just don't remember much of his story right now, so I can't really give that much of reasoning. But I do remember thinking he's a very cool villain, and the concept of it being Elisa's dad and how he wasn't actually dead, and he actually got to give his last words to Elisa after he died because we kill him after is pretty dope. And so yeah, I'll put him in B tier for now. We have a guy, I don't know who this guy, I think this might be another Northern War character. Let me look closely to my monitor. So I kind of look closely. His face is kind of cut off from the box. I honestly cannot recognize who this man is. I'm just gonna assume he's Northern War. I really wish they didn't have Northern War characters because then I'd know 100% that I know all these characters, but I straight up cannot recognize who this is. It kind of looks like Osborne, but we've already ranked him, and so like in tier maker they literally they have to add like a name or like a zoom in option. I noticed this student, she's kind of like the book club student with Ash in the book club of the branch campus. She's fine, she's cool. I kind of like how she kind of gets more out of her box because of Ash. There's an entire like development thing in Ash's Daydream and Reverie where like she's one of the reasons why he stays. And so I like her character. She's good. I think she's more of a character than this train dude. And so I'll put her in C tier. Oh, we have the TOA, student council president TOA, teacher TOA, Miss Toa. I think she works for some like non-profit too now. She's dope. I love seeing that she was head of the student council, and you just see her. She's been in the story the entire time. She's a teacher with Reen, and I love when dynamics change like that. Like she's someone who's like kind of in the game a bit, but she's above Reen, so there's a certain like relationship there, and like she's always just giving you quests, and out of nowhere you and her are just on equal standing. You're both teachers now, which is very cool. So I kind of love that change. But she's probably like one of the nicest characters in the game. Like she's just like purely nice, and yeah. So like honestly, probably A tier. Like she's just a really good character. I like her a lot. We have Lecter. Lecter is a dope ass character, man. I don't even know how to rank him because you learn more about him in every game. Like I learned about him being in the intelligence division and stuff in Cold Steel. Then I learned in Trails in the Sky that I learned about who he is, how he knows Princess Claudia that went to the same school. Did you see him in Crossbell where he's just fucking vacationing in Crossbell secretly, but at that point he actually is newly added to the intelligence division. And now in Reverie and kind of Daybreak, mostly Reverie, you kind of learn that like through the daydreams that he's breaking off to the intelligence division. He's creating his own fucking intelligence division, which is dope. He's poaching people from like the Calvardian intelligence division, which you hear from Reverie and Daybreak, which is cool. He's just like this is genius character who's dope, kind of shitty life where like he was part of the Iron Bloods, but like he is a good dude, but he's kind of lazy, so he's kind of funny that way. So like I really like him. He's probably like high A tier character for me. So I'll put him like somewhere. I'll put him right here around lower line A tier. I really like his character. He's dope. We have George, I think his name was. I know his name kind of changes when it's revealed who he is. Is a Georg or some shit like that. But like, he's a dope character. His reveal of him being, I forgot, it was like part of the 13 Factories or some shit. Like he's bad for a while, but he's good again. Now he's helping us. A lot of shit would happen to him. It's kind of complex. He's kind of related to Albrecht in terms of like the work he was doing. He's dope. I kind of put him, I think he's A tier. He's kind of low A tier. Angelica's kind of like similar too. I think of the Crow, George, Angelica's probably the lowest because she's part of it. She's mostly a trope of being like person who just likes girls, and she just kind of jokes about that. Like there isn't like too much to her. I kind of like that she is a person of the title school, so you kind of know people of the title school that she's part of it, kind of like Jin. I love that she is the progenitor of the motorcycle pretty much, where she's kind of creating the first one. She gives it to Reen, so that whole thing happens. Then she kind of like fucks out of the story, like she just fucks off and like is doing her own thing. And so like she's cool. I don't know if she makes it to A tier. I think she might be like high B tier, so I'll put her like high B tier for now. We have another, oh my god, is this another Northern War character? I'm gonna go close to 100 again. Oh, that's not a Northern War character. I just got close. It's freaking Phantom Thief B, bro. Blue Blanc. I fucking love him, bro. He's A tier immediately. I like him. Maybe S tier. I'll put him B tier. I'll put him A tier. I'll put him A tier above Laura for now. I fucking love Phantom Thief B. He was like one of the things early on in Trails which I noticed he's just like in every fucking game. Everyone knows him. I played through Cold Steel. Obviously, I got kind of close to him in that. You hear about him in Sky. I think you hear about him in Crossbell. I think he's been mentioned in Daybreak too. He's just like, everyone knows him. He's the Phantom Thief B. He's just fucking dope. I love him. They always use him in side quest randomly too, where he just fucks around with you. And so like, he's just a really fun character. I don't remember the last thing that happened with him. It's been a while since like he's actually been in the games. Like I don't even remember. Is he like still part of Ouroboros? I'm not even sure. Like I can't remember like his ending thing in Cold Steel, but like I love his character. He's dope. And so from here, we'll go to Celine. Celine, I like. She becomes more and more important. I like cats. She's a cat. She starts turning human and shit more often, which is like whatever. But she's like Emma's homie. She becomes very close to Reen when we get into the Valimar stuff. Trails of Cold Steel 2, I believe, starts with you and her together. She's kind of helping you out. She is very story important, and again, when you get closer to the Hexen clan and the witches, she's important there too. So she's an A tier character for me, but she's a good character. We have this weird image. I don't know why the fuck they have him twice. I think that's Professor Russell. This isn't Russell. This is Alisa's grandfather. That's who it is. Russell wouldn't be in this. This is Cold Steel. He's dope. He used to be the head of Rhineford, and the mom took over. He doesn't agree with the mom's choices because she's more like militant and military focused. And so I like him. He was nice. It was really fun meeting him in the North Highlands and stuff like that. He's high B tier for me. He's really fucking good. I'll put him behind Lapis for now. I really like him. Let's see. We got a few more characters left. This is the final stretch. There's like 10 characters left pretty much. We have, this is C, the new C from Reverie, which was Rufus. It's gonna be hard to place him himself. Hold on, let me put him in A tier for now. Rufus is an S tier. I'll put C in A tier. It was very cool. The mystery was dope. I love that his fighting style was very like noble-like, and you learn who he is. His design's fucking just amazing. He's like dripped out of his mind. I don't know where the fuck Rufus got these clothes. I don't know where he got this custom mask made. Very dope. I love his design. And the entire concept of, it just being Rufus, him escaping prison. The reveal that like the Rufus that's taking over Crossbell is not him, which is a very cool reveal. And so like, I love that entire concept, so I'll put him in A tier for that. It was very cool because he was one of the heroes, but he wasn't really like morally good, at least at the start, so that was kind of cool to see. We have, I don't know who the fuck this orange guy is. Let me see him closely. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's like one of the guys related. I don't know. He might be Hyarm's dad, or he's like one of the somewhere there. I know there was some guy with orange hair, part of royalty, that's there. That might be him. I don't know. I'm just gonna put him in like C tier because like whatever. If it's Hyarm's dad, it's actually a bit higher. I like Hyarm's dad. I think he was nice. I think he might have been the person helping with the marriage of Makarov and the teacher. But I'm just gonna put him in C tier for now because like I'm just not that clear about who that is. I think it's him. But yeah, we have this girl. She's a student from the original Thor's campus. She's like the fortune telling occult type person. She's whatever. She's one of the rare like Thor students which like doesn't like do much. Like she's kind of there sometimes. She doesn't help that much. So she's C tier. I'll put her in C tier. Okay, we have Milliam. I fucking love her character. She's dope. I love the relationship she has with Eustace, and like they kind of like very much bond almost as like a brother and sister after the time skip. And I just really like her character. She's always happy-go-lucky. She isn't technically real, but like she's always like staying positive about it. She's kind of the one always ushering Altina to become more open. And then there's stuff that happens at the end of Reverie that her and Altina, the way that she kind of encourages Altina is the same way Altina kind of starts encouraging, I forgot her name, the other Kia, which is pretty dope. And so like Milliam to me is like, she's one of my favorites in class 7, especially because she wasn't part of it. She was part of the intelligence division, which she still is technically. She just joins after with Crow, and like she just becomes more and more likable. And so she's definitely a high A tier. Honestly, like I'll put her right behind Laura. Like I really like her, and the fact that she's in Iron Blood too and all that is really fucking insane. Her story is dope. She dies at some point and stuff to become a sword. A lot of stuff happens with her. She went through a lot, but overall I really like her character. Okay, I'm gonna take some of the lower tier characters out because they're whatever. We have Jingo. She's dope. I love that she's just like in everything. Like she's Ashley's daughter from Cold Steel. Then I find out she's in Crossbell. I wouldn't be surprised if she's in Sky. She's in Reverie. She's the one who's driving the ship with the roof is on it. She's like everywhere. I'm gonna just put her in like C tier because like she does all these things. She's not like I don't really care about her that much. It's dope to see her grow up and shit, I guess, and see like how she has more of a role and how her character is just funny. The joke is that like she's a kid, but she helps her mom with the store. Then she has her own store. She's able to fly a ship. She's able to teach her dog how to fly a ship. Like she's a weird character, but like she's funny. I'll just put her in C tier for now. We have this dude. If you don't know who this dude is, he is a student from Thor's campus. He joins the military police. I believe there's like some romance thing with like another student that he had, but he's one of the characters that you notice change to the Great Twilight, the one who becomes bad. So that's why he becomes more of a major character. I like him. I think his name was like Alex or some bullshit like that. He's good. I'm gonna keep him like high C tier probably. Honestly, you know what? High C tier, like the top. Like I think he was like important enough where it was kind of cool because he was kind of your anchor to knowing what the Great Twilight was doing. Where like he's a nice dude and he cares about the girl, but he starts becoming an asshole to other characters and the girl and stuff like that. And so like, and his design is pretty cool too. I just like his design. He looks dope. And so yeah, I think he's pretty much like a good CT character. That's how I would describe him. We have her. I cannot remember her name. Jesus, what's her name? The freaking Irish girl, bro. She's dope. She's always competing with this dude. His name blanked for me too. It starts with an H, I think. They're both the ones who compete like in terms of like merchandising and storekeeping or store owning in Trails of Cold Steel, and then in Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4 and Reverie, they go on to own their own stores. He becomes kind of an antagonist for a bit, but she's always with us. She owns a store in the branch campus, which is dope. So I like her. She's like high B tier character for me, or mid B tier maybe, like around Makarov, like around here. He's like he's cool, like he's with her, but like he's kind of unlikable. He's kind of an asshole. He kind of helps us at some point. I think I put him with these characters in C tier, where he's like the other students that kind of like are kind of doing whatever. I'll put him under Schmidt, honestly. So I'll put him right here. This dude, he is the butler of Patrick, I believe. He helps out. I think he helps out with the branch campus as a janitor. And there's like a plot line of him helping another person get hired as a janitor. He's dope. This dude's got hands. He fights too. He helps out. I like him. Honestly, he's a B tier character. He's a likable dude. I like him. I think his name is Celeste or something like that. We have Claire, part of the RMP. Her character is like complex. Like I remember like the latter half of the game, she's depressed because she's trying to get over her. I think she technically kind of maybe murdered her family by accident. And she's obviously part of the Iron Blood. She regrets doing that, but not really, but kind of she does. I think she kind of likes Reed too, which is kind of weird, but like she has like all the story going on. It's kind of depressing at the end, but like she's fine. She's like lower B in my opinion, so I'll put her there. Okay, and we have one last character, which is Vida Clotilde. She's interesting because you know her as the radio host when you're playing Cold Steel, and then you realize she's Vida. And the thing that blew my mind, like in a funny way, was you were playing as her in Reverie, And in the Trails games, as you're walking, there's like active voices, like they just talk while you're walking around. And she literally just starts recording an episode of her podcast while you're walking around town, which is funny because that means throughout every single war and everything, she continued being a podcast host or a radio host, which is funny as hell. And so I thought she was just like doing a joke, like an impression of her radio hosting, but she was like, no, I'm recording an episode right now, which I'm like, what the fuck? And so yeah, she's really funny. She's like A tier. She's like pretty high for me. Like from the witches, like from Emma and Rose, I think I like her the best. She might eke out almost to be S tier. I think she's high A tier. I'll put her high A tier. No, fuck. Should I put her S tier? She's S tier, fuck it. And that does it. That's all the characters, bro. What time we at? We're an hour and a half. I'm just gonna go through every tier quick to see if there's any character switches I want to do, but I'm not gonna be doing too much. In double S tier, Crow's number 1. I'm gonna put Oliver above Reen, then we have Reen. In S, Valamar's number 1. I like him the best. Eustace above McBurn, Patrick above McBurn. The principal, I'll keep her under Patrick. Cedric above the principal, I'll keep Vermilion with Cedric. C above the principal, Rufus above the principal. Rufus above C, I'll put his knight with him. And Vita above the principal. Okay, that's S tier. Audio listeners, I'm sorry. At the end, I might go through over all of them again, just so you know. But like, I cannot do it live right now because it's gonna take forever. High A tier. I'll put Ishmael Green up here because he's really good. You know, Phantom Thief B. I'll put him up here. We got the Crow bad guy, Laura, Milliam, Lecter, Laura's dad. Elisa's probably better than the dad. Gaius probably better than dad. Elliot better than the dad. Altina better. Fee better. Duvali better. Sarah's better than the dad, maybe. Gilead under the dad. Gilead's knight. Maki should be higher up. He's like one of my favorite students. I'll put him above Elliot. We got Alphen. Alphen's pretty high up though. I like her a lot. Like, she's a fun character. I'll put her like with like, she's probably like Altina tier, so I'll put her like with Altina. We got this dude, I can't remember his name, part of Ouroboros, a green haired dude. Under Duvali. I'll take Emma. She's like under Fee probably. We got Rufus's dope mode. We'll put him probably around Duvali, under Duvali. We'll take Celine. Celine we'll just put with Emma just to keep that succinct. We'll keep Rose is here. Rose above. No, Rose is under Gilead. Gilead's pretty cool. Toa above Laura's dad. Above Sarah. Above green hair. And George I'll put under the dad, under Laura's dad. Oh, that's A tier. This takes so long. B tier, we got Angelica. Let's put Yuna and Kurt on top of Angelica. Lapis above Angelica. The dad of Elisa. I'm breaking down. I've been recording for so long. This is my second episode I'm recording in a row too. And so, yeah, okay, we have Elisa's dad. Ash probably better than Elisa's dad. I like Elisa's dad better than Muse. Mueller's dope. We got Van Dyke, Sharon. Swin, Nadia, Leanne's knight, Mint. She's fine. Macross fine. Vivi and Lynn could go above these 3. You have the Jaeger King, Father Thomas above Reen's sister. Father Thomas above all these guys, actually. Tovo probably with Father Thomas. Let's put him there. Scarlet probably above the Jaeger King. Alberic probably above the Jaeger King. Ogre Princess above the Jaeger King. Reinhardt probably around the Jaeger King. I'll leave him there. Elliot's dad, that's fine. Reen's sister with Makarov. Claire above the Jaeger King, probably under the princess. And Celeste or Celeste, whatever his name is. I'll put him with Claire, whatever. Yeah, okay, I'll keep that as B tier. Whew. Honestly, the lower you get in tiers, the less I care. So like these guys, like, this is fine. Like I don't even care. Like it's fine. Like the order. D tier. I feel so bad that I put him in D tier. Like I don't know why. I'm just gonna keep him here for the memes now, but he's D tier. And why is he here? There's other students that are more important in their branch campus than him. Why the fuck is he here out of all of them? I think that's why he's D tier. He just seems kind of irrelevant here. This is fine. Maybe the Emperor on top, because like he is the most interesting of all of them, but I'll put him there. And for I don't know is all the Northern Ward characters, the Tearfing robot that Reen uses in Reverie. And that is it. Okay, so that is my final ranking. I'm gonna have to zoom out to see the whole thing, so let me zoom out real quick. That is the final ranking that's on my screen right now. For the audio listeners, if you for some reason listened to this entire thing and did not watch it, I will say all of them for you right now. At the top, I'm gonna go from double S to the I don't know, and I'm gonna be saying them in order. So double S is Crow, Oliver, and Reen. S is Valimor, Eustace, McBurn, Patrick, Cedric, Vermilion Knight, Rufus, his knight, C, Vita, and the Principal Legwin. For A tier, we have Phantom Thief B, Ishmael Green, Crow when he is bad, but the second time, Ordine Knight, Laura, Milliam, Lecter, Elisa, Gaius, Machias, Jesus, Elliot, Altina, Alphen, Fee, Emma, Celine, Duvali, C, but when Rufus was C, the green guy from Ouroboros, the kid, Toa, Sarah, Laura's dad, George, Gilead Osborne, his knight, and the Rose from the witches. And at B tier, we have Yuna, Kurt, Lapis, Angelica, Ash, Elisa's grandfather, Muse, Mueller, Principal Van Dyke, Sharon, Swin, Nadia, Leanne, Her Knight, Lind, Vivi, Mint, the Irish shop girl, Makarov, Father Thomas, Elise, I think is her name, is Reen's sister, Toval, Scarlet, Alberic, the Ogre Princess, which is Randy's cousin, Claire, I think his name is Celine Celeste or some shit like that, Patrick's butler, the Jaeger King, his knight, teacher Reinhardt, and Elliot's uncle or dad. Is it dad, right? Not uncle, it's the dad. I don't know if I said uncle before, but I believe that's Elliot's dad. C tier, it's the Thor student who became bad in the Great Twilight. You have the two purple siblings. You have Schmidt. You have the asshole shop owner, kind of with the Irish girl. You have Duvali's girls, the two girls. You have Elliot's sister. You have Rex. You have Zect, I believe his name is. You have the Empress. You have Fee's homies from the Jaegers. You have Vulcan. You have the teacher from the branch campus, which I don't like that much, but he's all right. You have Elisa's mom. You have the girl with the ash in the book club in Thor's branch campus. You have, I believe that is Patrick's dad. You have Jingo, and you have the occult girl from Thor's campus. In D tier, we have the Emperor. I believe is Pablo's name is, the fucking train guy, I believe, from the branch campus. You have G, which is a villain, and you have the gray girl from branch campus. Can't remember anything about her. And in the I don't know section, you just have all the Northern War characters. You have the cheer thing that Reed uses because that's not a character. I will not rank it because it's not a person. And that is all. That is the entire full tier list for every single Trails of Cold Steel character. This isn't every single character, by the way. This is apparently it's 100. There are much more characters. Even I looked at it, I'm like, this is a lot. It's not everyone. There's a lot more characters than that. So maybe one day I'll do a full character list. Probably not. This killed me. But thank you guys for watching or listening to this episode of Spill the Tearal, episode 36. Usually these bonus episodes are shorter than normal episodes. This is definitely longer than a normal episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you want to see more of this, let me know down in the comments below. If you want to give me your tier list some fucking how in the comments, let me know down below. Leave a like if you're watching it. I'd appreciate it. If you're listening on audio services somehow and you listen through this, remember to give it 5 stars. I'd appreciate it. Remember to subscribe if you're new on the YouTube channel. And I'll see you next week for episode 37. Peace.